The homeless man grabbed her wrist and whispered, "If you walk home the way you always do tonight, you won't make it." Lena Vance had no idea that one small act of kindness was about to save her life. For 6 years, Lena had worked at Mercy General Hospital. She wasn't famous, rich, or particularly loud. She was simply reliable, the kind of nurse who showed up early, stayed late, and spoke gently even when the emergency room was chaos. After long shifts, she had one quiet habit no one questioned. She stopped by the iron fence near the hospital gates and bought dinner for an older homeless man who sat there every evening. I share new life stories here every day, and I would really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and liked my video. Now let's jump back into my story. I sure you'll love it if you keep listening till the end and tell me from which part of the world you are watching this story. I am interested to know how far away this story traveled. His name was Mr. Broderick. He never begged, never followed anyone. He just sat, watched, and thanked her softly when she handed him food. Lena never asked about his past, and he never offered it. Their exchange was simple and wordless, and somehow that made it feel safe. That night, Lena finished work later than usual. The air was cold, the pavement wet, and exhaustion pressed down on her shoulders. She bought 2 hand pies and a cup of tea, just like always, and walked toward the fence. Mr. Broderick took the food, but instead of letting her leave, he held her wrist. "Child," he said quietly, his voice steady but urgent, "don't go home your usual way tonight. Take the long route through downtown. Tomorrow morning I'll explain." Lena froze. His grip wasn't rough, but his eyes were different, alert, troubled, certain. She laughed nervously, trying to brush it off, but something about his seriousness unsettled her. He wasn't trying to scare her. He was trying to warn her. Against logic and against convenience, Lena listened. At the bus stop, she ran into her neighbor Kendrika, friendly man from her building who always smiled too easily. He offered to walk her home. When Lena mentioned she was going through downtown instead, his expression tightened for just a second. Downtown. He asked why. The question lingered too long. On the bus, Kendrick stood nearby, watching her reflection in the window. When she got off to transfer routes, he followed, again offering to walk her home. Lena refused, her heart pounding, and hurried away. She arrived home late, locked her door, and tried to sleep. But fear crept in quietly. Around midnight, her phone buzzed with an unknown message. "Are you home?" Minutes later, another message appeared from Kendrick. Lena didn't reply. The next morning, exhausted and uneasy, she returned to the hospital early and went straight to the fence. Mr. Broderick was already there, waiting. "You heard something, didn't you?" Lena asked. He nodded. "2 men were talking here last night. About a nurse who walks alone. About timing. One of them was your neighbor." The name hit her like ice. Lena finally understood this wasn't paranoia. This was danger. And the only reason she was safe was because she had listened to a stranger no one else noticed. Fear didn't paralyze Lena, yet focused her. She followed Mr. Broderick's advice and spoke to hospital security. Later that day, she calmly told Detective Cordell everything. The warning, the messages, Kendrick's strange behavior. She didn't dramatize it. She simply told the truth. That was enough. Security began walking her to and from the bus. Kendrick noticed immediately. His smiles became sharper, his questions more persistent. Then one evening, Lena found an envelope on her floor. Inside was a photograph of her at the hospital gates. On the back were 2 words written in ink: "Don't get smart." Lena called Detective Cordell. This time, the police moved quickly. Cameras were checked. Messages were traced. Cordell asked Lena to come home early the next evening and leave her hallway light on. 20 minutes after she did, footsteps stopped outside her door. Someone tested the handle. Then the lock. Before Lena could move, her phone rang. "Stay inside," Cordell whispered. "We're on the stairs." Moments later, Kendrick was arrested in the hallway with lockpicks, gloves, and a phone full of messages detailing plans, schedules, and accomplices. He hadn't been friendly. He had been hunting. When it was over, Lena sat on her couch, shaking not from fear, but from relief. She had trusted her instincts. She had spoken up. And she had survived. The next morning, Lena went back to the fence. Mr. Broderick stood when he saw her. "You're alive," he said simply. "Because of you," Lena replied. Her voice cracked. "You saved me." He waved it away. "A man who sees danger and does nothing lives with it forever. I already learned that lesson." Lena brought him soup instead of pastries that night. She helped him start the process of replacing his lost ID. She didn't call him a hero, but she treated him like one. Life slowly returned to normal. Kendrick was charged. Other victims came forward. Security routines changed. And Lena changed too. She still walked home, but never blindly. She still helped people, but never ignored warning signs. And every evening, when she passed the fence, she remembered one simple truth. Sometimes, the person everyone overlooks is the one who sees everything. Thanks for watching till end. Please like and subscribe my channel. I will be very thankful to you. Sometimes life takes turns we never expect. Every person in this story carried their own pain, their own choices, and their own consequences. Maybe you saw yourself in one of them, or maybe it reminded you of someone you once knew. What do you think happened next? What would you have done if you were in their place? If you have any questions about what happened to the other characters, or if you want me to share more about them, just comment below. I read every message you leave, and your thoughts truly mean a lot to me. And if this story touched your heart, inspired you, or even made you think differently, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me keep sharing stories that move people, open minds, and remind us we're all human. At the end of the day, your support keeps these stories alive. Thank you for watching, for feeling, and for being part of this journey. More powerful stories are coming soon. Stay tuned and stay kind.